A fight between two area men leads to an attempted murder charge being filed on Tuesday. A downed power line snarls traffic for hours at a busy intersection, and plans are revealed to clean up a major pollution site.
A heat advisory in effect for all of East Alabama coming up for the 4th of July. We'll break down just how hot it's going to be coming up.
Coming up in sports, things are starting to slow down a little bit for Choccolocco Park while Oxford Lake is gearing up for the 4th of July. We have more on both of these parks in just a minute as EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Studham. Katie Edwards has the evening off. A Piedmont man faces attempted murder charges in connection with the fight that happened Tuesday on Foothills Drive. Piedmont Police Chief Nathan Johnson says 51-year-old Andrew Bales was arrested after his alleged victim filed a complaint against him. The victim said that he and the suspect had been in a fight when Bales hit him on the head with a pistol and then pointed it at his face and pulled the trigger. The firearm did not discharge, and the victim wrestled the gun away. The victim fled from the scene with the firearm, and he came to the Piedmont Police Department to report the event. Officers inspected the firearm, discovered that the primer on the round in the chamber had been struck, and that supports the victim's story. Piedmont Police served a search warrant at Bales' home on Foothills Drive to recover more evidence, and the suspect was taken into custody and charged with attempted murder. Bales was taken to the Calhoun County Jail, where his bond has been set at $30,000. A downed power line at the busy intersection of Highway 78 and 21 in Oxford tied up traffic for hours on Tuesday afternoon as utility crews worked to repair the damage. The Oxford Fire Department responded to the call to extinguish a fire that was started by the line, and Oxford police officers came to direct traffic while the signals weren't working. Alabama power crews were called in to repair the damaged power line, and Highway 21 was closed to all traffic for several hours. Cars were diverted to Highway 78 until almost 10 o'clock when police reopened the intersection to both north and southbound traffic. 3 Ranburne residents were arrested Tuesday afternoon and charged with several drug offenses. Cleburne County Sheriff John Daniels says his deputies, assisted by the Ranburne Police Department, served a narcotic search warrant in the 1400 block of County Road 663 around 4:30 p.m. Arrested in that raid were 60-year-old Scotty Raymond Yates, who was charged with 2 felonies, the possession of a controlled substance and the possession of marijuana. He also faces a misdemeanor charge of possessing drug paraphernalia. His bond has been set at $13,000. Also arrested was Gary Lamar McClinton, who was charged with 1 felony, the possession of a controlled substance, and 1 misdemeanor, the possession of drug paraphernalia. His bond is set at $8,000. Also arrested was Brandy Michelle Jacobs, charged with the misdemeanor of possessing drug paraphernalia. Her bond was set at $3,000. When we come back, a federal agency proposes spending millions of dollars to clean up chemical contamination from a local creek.
Spring into freshness at WM. Celebrate the season with our bountiful selection of farm fresh produce. From juicy berries to crisp greens, taste the flavors of spring at WM. Visit us today and let the freshness bloom in every bite. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
The Environmental Protection Agency has unveiled its proposed plan to clean up the contaminated soil, sediment, and water from the West Anniston PCB site. According to a report in the Calhoun Journal, this comprehensive plan aims to address the contamination along miles of the Choccolocco Creek area. The estimated cost of this extensive cleanup effort is $85.2 million, which will be funded by potentially responsible parties to the pollution. The proposal includes extensive site-related information and emphasizes the importance of public input into the decision-making process. The EPA, along with the Alabama Department of Environmental Management, is accepting public comments through July 30th, after which the plan will be completed. The EPA is going to host 2 public meetings to present the proposed plan. The first will be July 20th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The second will be July 23rd from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Oxford Civic Center. The plan and other related documents are available for public viewing on the Superfund site of the EPA's webpage. When we return, we'll have some tips to keep your pet calm while bombs are bursting in the air over the next few nights.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
It may come as no surprise that more pets go missing on the 4th of July than on any other day of the year. The McClellan Development Authority has these tips on keeping cats and dogs safer during the holiday. First, make sure your pet has plenty of opportunities to play and potty during the day before any fireworks or festivities. Ensure that they have a readable ID tag on their collar or an up-to-date microchip in case of escape. Respond normally to the fireworks to guide your pet's reaction in turn and distract them with their favorite toys, activities, and treats. And finally, the best protection is simply to bring them inside. Even the most secured fences may be no match for a scared pet seeking shelter. Prepare a crate or safe place for them inside to ride out the fireworks. So what are the chances that all these planned fireworks will be going off as scheduled this week? Let's go over to the weather desk where John Holder will tell us what to expect.
Mike, we got high rain chances coming into the forecast for the next several days, but most of those rain chances should be lower by the time the fireworks go off for the next 2 or 3 nights. We'll have the complete forecast for all of East Alabama next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
It was hot again today across East Alabama. Very little of any shower or thunderstorm activity. 93 for the high today. A little bit above normal for this time of year. Very warm this morning. Warm and muggy. 76. That was the low. Well above the average for this time of year. Record high temperature 100 degrees. The record low just 59. The sun rising tomorrow now at 5:39 and the sun setting tonight at 7:57. Weather on your street tonight, a lot of talks of fireworks and 4th of July. Well, tonight, Golden Eagle Stadium in Jacksonville is the place where a lot of folks will be. They've got a big Independence Day celebration going on tonight, culminating with fireworks at about 9 o'clock tonight. And we're going to see very warm temperatures out there. 73, that will not be the temperature when the fireworks go off. That's the morning low tomorrow morning. During the evening tonight, we're going to be in the 80s for most of the night up in Jacksonville, including probably around 80 degrees when the fireworks go off at Golden Eagle Stadium. Coming up tomorrow, it's the 4th of July, and as always, there's big goings-on taking place down at Oxford Lake in Oxford with their Independence Day celebration. It is going to be hot tomorrow in Oxford and all across East Alabama. 94 for the high. That heat advisory in effect from 10 a.m. tomorrow morning all the way until 9 o'clock tomorrow night for heat index values up to 105 degrees. That's what it will feel like on your skin coming up tomorrow. So take it easy. If you're going to Oxford Lake for all the Independence Day activities or anything else with the 4th of July across East Alabama, just beware that the heat is going to be very intense, the humidity as well, and we'll have about a 50-50 chance of showers and thunderstorms. So again, when those showers and thunderstorms do pop up tomorrow afternoon, if you're outside grilling, at the pool, whatever it is, just make sure to go inside. Won't last for long, and then you can resume your 4th of July festivities. Now, as we look ahead to the start of the weekend, it's a big holiday weekend coming up. We've got a lot of folks out of work for about 4 days here. So we're going to celebrate for a long time, not just for the 4th of July. Storms will be more numerous. That's important information to the folks in Heflin, McIntyre Park. They're going to have their 4th of July Independence Day celebration coming up on Friday, including fireworks on Friday night. Again, there will be more numerous storms. Chance of rain about 70 to 80%. So if you're going out to Heflin for those activities at McIntyre Park, again, the heat will be a factor. Temperatures in the 90s and about a 70 or 80% chance of a shower. Again, any shower that pops up in Heflin, it will not last for long. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama. You'll see those rain chances at 50% or better for the next 3 days. 80% on Friday, a 60% chance of a shower on Saturday. Those storms popping up with the heating of the day for the most part. Then a 30% chance of a shower Sunday afternoon after church. And then next week, really typical July weather in Alabama. We'll have 50-50 chances for showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. High temperatures basically in the low 90s, nighttime lows in the low 70s. About what we would expect for July in Alabama. Well, we mentioned that heat advisory, and here is that heat advisory in effect. It is going to feel like 105 degrees or so, maybe even warmer than that in some locations, but we're going to go with about 105 degrees. Again, that's not the air temperature. Air temperature will be about 10 degrees below that, but when you factor in not only the air temperature, but the humidity and dew point values, that's where we come up with 105 degrees, and that has triggered the heat advisory for all of us here in East Alabama coming up on the 4th of July. I will be back here tomorrow morning, bright and early on the 4th of July, with your 4th of July forecast. We'll break it down the day for you, hour by hour throughout the day. Tomorrow we'll have that for you, bright and early tomorrow morning. And we want to wish you a great 4th of July Independence Day holiday. Coming up next in sports, Namath Pitts is all over youth baseball. Has been all spring and summer long. Today is no different. He's got more great youth baseball coverage coming up in sports. Namath?
Thanks, John. Choccolocco Park and Oxford Lake have been busy, but things are starting to slow down. Choccolocco Park and Oxford Lake are fresh off hosting one of the biggest youth tournaments in the state of Alabama. Choccolocco Park and Oxford Lake hosted the USSSA Baseball State Tournament that brought thousands to the city of Oxford. The tournament took place over 2 different weekends. People from as far south as Gulf Shores and Enterprise traveled north to Oxford, while people from as far north as Huntsville and Florence made the trip south to Oxford. Alexandria 12U brought home a state championship, while many other teams placed in silver brackets. Things, though, will slow down a little bit for Choccolocco Park and Oxford Lake. We talked with Joshua Kraft, the event coordinator at Choccolocco Park, who talked about how the state tournament went and the feedback that Oxford got from people across the state.
Yeah, we had a really successful 2 weekends with the USSSA tournaments at Oxford Lake Park and Choccolocco Park. I mean, we broke a lot of attendance records, and our hotels were full, of course, but the feedback that we got from the coaches and the tournament directors was great. And we always have a key on hospitality, and they all said that we're nice as ever.
4th of July is tomorrow, and Oxford Lake will be hosting the Freedom Festival with games, prizes, and much more for local families and community members. This is a great opportunity to grab a football or a soccer ball and spend some time at the lake. There will be swim races that take place at 1 p.m. and to cap off the evening, there will be a fireworks show at 9 p.m. Pam Harris talked about the fireworks show and all the other things that will be available to the public.
Hey, we would love to welcome everyone out for our annual Freedom Festival at Oxford Lake Park tomorrow morning. Activities will start at 8 a.m. with our Around the Lake Ramble. So any senior citizen that comes out will be able to walk laps, partial laps around the lake, because we are in the process of setting up our fireworks for the fireworks show tomorrow evening. We will also have a parade. So all children who want to ride their bikes or trikes or be pulled in a wagon will line up at the baseball parking lot at 8:30, starting at 8:30. And we will give away some little goodies up there, and then everyone will walk down McCullers Lane in the parade starting at 9. After 9 o'clock, then we will all meet under the green awning on the interstate side at Liberty Park for the opening ceremonies. There we will give away ribbons, we'll make some announcements just about safety and everything that's going on that day. And after opening ceremonies, we will have a lot of other activities for kids and families to enjoy. We'll have a Feathered Friends will be here with a big petting zoo. That'll be close to the covered bridge side of the building. We will also have trike and bike races immediately after the opening ceremonies. The pet show will be close to the swimming pool, right across from the opening ceremonies location as well. And then we will have carnival games and prizes inside the gymnasium of the Oxford Civic Center. And all of those events that I just mentioned are completely free. So bring your children out. We should have a great day. I think the weather's going to be great. It's going to be hot, but we will have all the food vendors here. So we'll have anything from lemonade to ribs, barbecue, funnel cakes, you name it, we've got it out here. We've probably got around 16 food vendors that will be set up from in the morning till after the fireworks show. So we'll talk about the fireworks show. So we'll probably have the largest fireworks display, a beautiful show over Oxford Lake Park, and that starts promptly at 9 p.m. tomorrow night. So please come out and join us. We're looking forward to meeting all the families and all the kiddos in the morning. We should have a great day.
While the summer is coming to a close and things are slowing down at Choccolocco Park and Oxford Lake, there are still some cool sporting events coming up this fall. The Choccolocco Monsters, of course, continue their season throughout July. College softball will be played at Choccolocco Park. There will be a rodeo and youth sign-ups for youth sports. Joshua Kraft talked more about events coming up after the holiday and what all the city of Oxford is looking forward to hosting.
So Oxford Pards, flag football, soccer, and volleyball registration is going on right now, and the deadline for that is August 15th. But you know, it's a great programs that we have for our youth, and we need coaches and we need players. So if you'd like to join, just contact us at the Civic Center or visit us on Facebook at Oxford Parks and Recreation.
That's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike.
Thanks for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today. You can find us every weeknight on Facebook and YouTube and on a variety of sites, including our website, the Calhoun Journal, and Newsbreak. Just go to the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather coverage whenever it's convenient for you. We hope you have a safe Independence Day, and we'll see you back here Monday for your news on your schedule.